right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, and hopefully they got there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect of believers and listeners whom I came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right, and what I want to go into today, is dealing with how prophecy is on our side. There was a time and point when prophecy was against us, okay, and for our enemies, okay, as we had to be punished, for our disobedience, okay, and Esau, as the scriptures say, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So prophecy was pro Esau, anti Jacob. Okay, but now we come into the time where prophecy is pro Jacob and anti Esau. Okay, and this is the transition that we're going through now, because as Esau is in his captivity, he's constantly being told that means like as Esau was in his rulership, he's constantly being told that he's going into captivity. All right, and his kingdom, okay, his dominion, okay, his influence and his physical infrastructure going to be destroyed. Okay, and as we're in captivity, all right, when you go into prophecy, well, prophecy has us being put back into power. Okay, a everlasting life, the new bodies, being with Yahweh Shai, okay, the abundance in the earth going back to yielding forth its strength, okay, being beautified as Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashim Al Shai spoke about how he was going to beautify the place of his feet, which is the earth. Okay? So prophecy is now on our side. Okay? The momentum has shifted to us, Israelites. Okay? And it's working against Esau Edom. Okay? Matter of fact, it just started off with a few. Let's get this in the book. The songs and the scriptures go into their duality, man. You know. So when you go into the book of Psalms, chapter 50, okay, Psalms 50 and all right. I want to start. I started 16. Psalms 50 and 16 said, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What hast thou to do? What hast thou do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" Okay, so we have to understand that Esau Edom is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Okay, it's a title. All right, for the nation of Edom is the wicked. Okay, you have wicked Israelites and these heathens. Okay, but then you have the wicked, which is Esau Edom. Okay, so this is addressing Esau. Okay, when it says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High said," so this is being addressed to Esau. All right, and he asked him the question, "What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" All right, because in Esau's rulership, he has put on this persona as if he was, God fearing, and he was this great humanitarian, and he's all about peace and prosperity for all, under the banner of Christianity or Roman Catholicism. But really, this man, all right, has nothing to do with righteousness, man. Okay? Here it is, this man has the influence, the power, the resources to establish righteousness as a standard in the earth, but he does the exact opposite, man. So the Lord is pretty much checking this nigga, man. Okay? And it says, verse 17 says, "Seeing thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee." Yeah, Esau was meant to be anti-righteous, man. That's how he's built. He's not meant to receive the instructions of righteousness from the scriptures. He's meant to rebel against them, man. And that's why after his 1,000-year captivity, he's going to be eradicated, because there's nothing in Esau that he can do right. He's not built to do right. Okay? Verse 18 says, "When thou sawest a thief, then thou contendest with him and has been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speak against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Okay? And Esau, within his power, he's always sought to destroy, all right, Israel, man. Whether physically, okay, mentally, spiritually, or putting that bad stigma, okay, on us as a people. You know, the reason why, all right, the outside world look at us a particular way is because of Esau Edom. Okay, he engineered niggas, the ghettos, the nigga woman. He engineered these things, man. And presenting it to the world like this was how we all are, man. Just some wild niggas, okay, bitches and hoes, and he just made it seem like that's just it. That's the only criteria we fit, you know. And he made that, all right. He marketed it to the world for us, man. That's why the first, you know, perception people get when they see us, man, is what Esau painted, the picture Esau painted, man. Even you got those foreigners that come over here. Esau make them watch videos, okay, dealing with Jake, man. Like Jake is the criminal of America, man. Okay, telling them how to call the police if you see, like it was an African woman, foreign woman, and she came over here and she talked about the movie that they made her watch about Jake, man. Okay, so this devil, puts a lot of time, energy, and resources, into slandering Jacob. Okay, the tribes, man. Okay, if you think about Mexicans, you think all of them in the cartel. You see, some type of just, roguish, a street gang, of, just walking around graping, and that's what you think when you think of Issachar, the way that he pushes it, man. Well, it's a slander. Okay, they did the Native Americans, called them savages. Okay, here it is. He came and invaded. Okay, Gad and Reuben and the northern tribes. He came and invaded these people and called them savages for defending themselves, man. You know, as if they were just these good Mormon people trying to, have church. You see, these Presbyterians, these Edomites were just trying to have church and raise a family and milk the cow. Okay, and Gad would just pop up out of nowhere and just, ravish, the women and scalp the men. No, man, they were defending themselves from your invasion and your thiefdom, man. Okay, but this is the picture that he paints about all the tribes as if we're just these criminal-minded, un, you know, dumb, unorganized, uncivilized. Okay, when it's the exact opposite, man. Because you have to remember, a nigga is a new thing, you know. Because when you go back to the 20s and 30s, like there wasn't a nigga culture, or street culture. You go back to the 40s, and that's where you had Jake had all them booming communities because Jake was very skilled. All right, the Israelite woman extremely skilled when it came to being a mother and a wife and different skills. Okay, so a street nigga is a newly invented thing. You know, the era from the 70s going into the 80s, the crack epidemic. And a lot of the culture that's in these communities is a reaction, all right, to that crack epidemic, man. Violence, you know, the dope boy, all right, lifestyle, okay, the gang culture, you know, the rival neighborhoods, all right, for territory and different things. All these things was a reaction to the crack epidemic. And who dropped the crack, man? Esau Edom. Okay, then he turns the camera on and makes these movies. Okay, and markets. Okay, Jake is. This is who Jake is. So you got people in China, have people in China and Japan and India. Okay, watching Doughboy and and Bishop on Juice. Like that's who. That was the The pretty much that summed up every Israelite in America, man. Okay, which is completely off. You see, so getting back to the point, it said, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes." So this is what we're seeing now. There was a time when Esau, you know, he was allowed to have free range with us, man, because hey, the Lord's anger was on Esau against us. Okay? So this man had free range to handle us how he wanted, man. And the Lord went into how he went too far. All right, and eventually the Lord began to pity his people, and now he's getting us all together right in front of the devil, man. Okay, and this is what Esau hates to see: Israelites repenting to Yahweh by Shemal Shah. He hates to see Israelite men not driven by their lust, but dedicated to their power. He hates to see the Israelite woman in order under the Israelite man, and the children under their order. He hates to see that because he knows, all right, that when we come in that fashion, he can't deal because now we're becoming we're getting back in good standards with our power. Okay, and that's the last thing that he wants us to do as a people is to be in good standards with our power. But it's too late because prophecy predicted that we will be in good standards with our power again. Okay, there's nothing that the devil could do about it. Okay, and you go into prophecy to prove it. Let's go here. Okay, this is the book of Amos. All right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 9. All right, in verse 11, it says, "In that day," and we in that time now, "in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it in the days." All right, and I will build it as in the days of old. And see, that's what we're seeing happening now, man. And the elect being raised up, edified, built up. All right, because the house of David is a generation of Israelites that believe, the elect, the beloved. Okay, and this is what we're seeing being raised up. Why? How? Through the preaching of His word. All right, and the why is for salvation. Okay, to be delivered. Okay, and then come back to the earth out of those chariots in rulership, man. Okay, so now it only goes up from here. Literally, man, it only goes up from here. The saying in the world. Yeah, but literally, man, it only goes up from here. Okay, so as we're being built up by this word, all right, it's gonna come a time we're gonna be delivered. Okay, and we're gonna come back for rulership forever, man. Okay, so it was always a time when the Lord would draw nigh unto His people. Okay, and begin to deal, man. You see, in the time before that, a prophecy was against us, but now in this time, everything is for us, man. Okay, and this is Esau's worst nightmare. Our gospel is a nightmare to this devil, man. Okay, just as his prosperity, his blessing was a nightmare unto us, man. Okay, well, the gospel, the good news for Israel, is a nightmare unto Esau. Okay, let's go here. Um, is that in Corinthians? Second Corinthians. Let's see. Second Corinthians 6. Yep, Second Corinthians 6:2. It said, "For he saith, I have heard thee in the time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I secured thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation." Okay, so there was a time when the Lord, there was a time already appointed that the Lord is going to start back dealing with us, man. And nothing could prevent that. Because Esau, Edom, all these enchantments, going from the 60s to now. And we always go into the feminist movement, the crack epidemic, the street culture, thug culture, hot girl, alphabet agenda. All those things was to keep us continually separated from our power. Okay, because he did not want, all right, a time to when we would be in good standings with our power, but he couldn't prevent it. because there was going to be an acceptable time when the Lord will begin to deal with us, man. Because the Lord's anger isn't forever. You know, I believe that says that in I think it's in one of the songs. Let's see. Yep, it's perfect. This Psalms 85. All right, and four. Okay, well, really, I started at one. Yeah, I started at one. This whole song's good. We read this whole Psalms 85. You know, this is this is our story. Psalms 85 and 1. It says, Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai, thou hast been favorable unto thy land. Thou hast brought back the captivity of Jacob, man, and we're in that time now. The Lord's going to bring back that captivity, which means well, he's going to peel this captivity off us, man. Okay? Thou hast forgiven the iniquity of thy people. That has covered all their sin. And how was that possible? Through Yahweh Shai. Okay? So this psalm is speaking of what? In the future tense, because it was written before Yahweh Shai, but it was always set up for Yahweh Shai, all right, to remove the sins off Israel, beginning with the elect. And through the elect, even the two-thirds are going to come back, okay, under that new covenant and forgiven for sins, man, through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. That's making everything possible, man. Okay, and what Yahweh Shai did, they put prophecy, they set a time when prophecy will begin to work for us, man. All right, in the future time. Okay, verse 3 says, Thou hast taken away all thy wrath. All right, thou hast turned thyself from the fierceness of thine anger. Turn us, O power of our salvation, and cause thy anger toward us to cease. Because there's a time when the Lord's anger is going to cease against us, man. Now, two-thirds, they gotta deal with the brunt of the Lord's anger. All right, the grand finale of the Lord's anger towards Israel. The two-thirds got to deal with that, man. The grand finale of the Lord's anger. All right, Jacob Trouble is going to be like that grand, that season finale. You know, you watch a series, okay, on Netflix. You see, and you know, you make it to the season finale, okay, where you know all the loose ends are tied, all the things are being answered that was happening throughout the season. Well, Jacob Trouble is going to be the season finale of the Lord's anger against Israel, man. Okay, and it's going to be on two-thirds of our people. You know, and that's so amazing by Yahweh Shai, man. We have an opportunity to be exempt from that. Okay, that's why it's a day-to-day, fight to stay sane in this thing, man. To stay in our right mind, to always remember what the mark is, man. First, mercy, then deliverance, man, then rulership. Okay, forever. Okay, this is why we was brought to America. This is why we woke up to who we are in these times, man. Because we're in a time where we're going to see the Lord's anger and the Lord's mercy. Okay, in full display, man. And we're fighting to fall on the side of mercy, man. Okay, and it says, without being angry with us forever, without draw out thy anger to all generations, without not revive us again, that thy people may rejoice in thee. So now you see the psalm is begging, okay, for mercy, for their anger to cease. And this is what we've been under. Okay? These hard times when you look at the slave movies and you look at, the atrocities of our people throughout history. Okay, that was us in bad standards with our power. Okay, now Esau is gonna be punished because he went too far. All right, that nigga they'll do too much. All right, and he's gonna be punished for it. But the root cause of us being in that position was us being in bad standards with our power. Okay, And it says, verse 7 says, show us thy mercy, O Lord Yahweh Bashim al Shah, and grant us thy salvation. It says, I will hear what the Lord Yahweh Bashim al Shah will speak, for he will speak peace unto his people and to his saints, but let them not turn again to folly. And how do we hear the Lord speak peace? Through the prophets. Okay, we heard the gospel, the good news through the prophets. Okay, but what was the message of the prophets? As you hear about the kingdom and we the chosen people, and rulership and spiritual powers, and a new body, the streets of gold, and you know infrastructure built with precious stones, and you hear those things. But then we read, said, I will hear what the Most High, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shah will speak, for he will speak peace unto his people and his saints, and to his saints which are Israelites, but let them not turn again to folly, man. So as we awaken to the truth, man, we're commissioned not to turn back to folly within this grace period, man. As the Lord has begun to what? Deal with his people. He's reached out to his people via this word, man. Raising up, Elder Abba Bibbins was John the Baptist, turning the hearts of the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children. Okay, beginning, raising up leadership. Okay, the the elders of our apostles and elders today. Okay, and now today our apostles and elders, man. And that's a sign that the Lord is dealing too. He will raise up, a form of a government. Okay, leadership structure. Okay, and that's also a sign of mercy. You know, and it says, surely his salvation is not them that fear him, that glory may dwell in our land. Mercy and truth have met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other, man. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other, man. Mercy and truth have met together, man. You see, and this was this word, all right, this understanding being drawn back unto us as a people, man. So we can understand righteousness, man. And we can understand there's an avenue of mercy out of everything that we see happening, man. There's an avenue of mercy, man. You see? And it says, truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven, which is Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. Yeah, the Lord shall give that which is good, okay, and our land shall yield her increase. Righteousness shall go before him, and he shall set us in the way of his steps, man, putting us in order, all right, which is leading us to deliverance and leading us to rulership, okay? And this is the path that we're on. This is what we've gravitated to and taken hold of, man, okay, in these last times. You see? So, hey, we on the up and up, man. And we shouldn't be, like, it's certain things that happen. That's what Satan do. He causes pettiness to make us forget the big things that the Lord is doing for us, man. All this that we got to look forward to, man. Okay? Satan, try to magnify pettiness to keep our mind off, hey, the great and wonderful things that Yahweh Bashim Al Shah is doing in the earth on our behalf, man. Okay, you see he has his devil full steam ahead with his NWO. Okay, you see, all right, that these nations, okay, are constantly, at the edge of war. All right, we see the civil unrest. We see all these things happening, but this is good news for us, man. This work for us, man. Okay, it's work against these people and they that have, their stake in their mind in this world. Okay, but this is wonderful news for us, man. The bad news of this society, and that's the Lord doing that because He's going to bring these promises to pass. So you go here. This is Isaiah um 54:4. It says, "Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt no more remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore." And this is the Lord speaking to us as a people. The Lord likened us into his woman, okay, like a bride, okay, that he put away, a wife that he put away. Okay, because that's a shameful thing. You know, you're a woman. Imagine you're in this big community and you know you made all these associates and you friends with all these different families. You know, you at the event, you helping the other, women cooking. You know, y'all have y'all, social time and kicking it. All right, and then one day, you just begin to get bad and worse and rebel, and then eventually you get put out. That's a shameful thing, man. Imagine how shameful that was a woman to be put away because she refused, to be in order. Okay, that's a hell of a shame, man. Okay, and that's where we were. All right, when we got ran out of Jerusalem in 70 A.D., that was the Lord divorcing us, man. Even before that, taking the northern kingdom, okay, to the Syrian captivity, because there was a time when the Lord had sister wives, man, the northern and southern kingdom, okay, and the northern kingdom got put out first, all right, taken away to Assyria, and they never, came back, and then eventually the southern kingdom, was taken into Babylon, and they came back and rebuilt under the Medio Persian, all right, but eventually the Lord got the southern kingdom out of there too, 70 A.D. Okay, and from then on, we never, all right, had sovereignty in that land. Okay, and the world seen that, the world community seen that, man. Okay, and then even you had those what they call parades, all right, those war parades when um, Titus, okay, finally, burnt down the temple, destroyed, Judea, and they brought certain Jakes to Rome, because those Caesars or those generals will come back and they will give them a triumph parade, and they will march. They march the vessels from the temple through the street, and they march Jakes. Okay, Israelite, women, they march them through the street in the parade as a triumph, to the Roman guys. You know, so that was a shame. The transatlantic slave trade packed on them boats. The world community seen these things, man. That was a shame. Okay, and that's what we went through, and that's when prophecy was working against us because we was in bad standards, man. You see, all right. Verse 5 it says, "For thy Maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. The power of the whole earth shall he be called. For the Lord have called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when thou wast refused, said thy power. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee, man." So now we're falling under the mercies. Okay, we're being gathered, we're being built up. Okay, and this is a mercy. Remember, we all have to remember this is a thing of mercy, man. You know, we shouldn't feel entitled to anything, man. We should be privileged to that the Lord is allowing us, to experience His mercy, man. Because we went through the wrath, and then we don't appreciate the mercy. Hey, you can throw us back out there into the wrath that's to come. Someone that leaves the truth, they're leaving the mercy and going back into the wrath. Because remember, we have that season finale of wrath that the Lord is going to bring through during Jacob's trouble. Okay? So we have to remember these things, man. You see? So verse 8, and it's the main point, in a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment. Okay? So in the Lord's anger, he hid his face, which means well, we were not familiar. We couldn't get an audience. See, when you're dealing with a king, okay, king, especially a king of a big empire, and it's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. You didn't just see him, every evening. No, okay, you had to get an audience. You had to be granted audience with the king. Okay, so you wouldn't see his face. Some people will go years without seeing the king because hey, he just had a lot going on. Or if you was to say you was in the courts of the king, well, you did see the king almost every evening because that familiarity, which that's another thing the scriptures say, blessed is he whom the Lord has allowed to come into his courts. Which means every time, because that's why reading, doing these lessons, hey, that's being before the face of the king. So now we do get to see the king every evening because we get to read, we get to study, we get to research. Okay, we get into things, so we are able to be very familiar with the king because we're allowed, all right, through the Holy Spirit, access to this understanding, to get into this book, to sup, to have that intimate relationship. Okay, so we're seeing the face, all right, of the king. All right, but let's just say you was in the courts of the king, all right, and you got banished. You got script from your titles, you got script from your revenue. Let's say you was a landlord over, 5,000 acres, and you had so many people, under you that was paying, that rent to you, and you had those revenues, and um, when things come by your land, you could tax that, ships that will come by or trade that will come through your land, you could get a tax off that trade. Okay, well the king can strip you from all that and then banish you. Okay, to where we don't see his face for 10 years. You just out there. Okay, you're not a lord anymore. You're not a duke. Okay, anymore. You don't have no titles. You just a straight nigga out there, and that's what we were. Okay, just straight niggas in the earth, man. They didn't have no title. We didn't have Yasha Allah. That's a title. He Prince of the Power. Prince is a title. Okay, we were stripped from that, and he hid his face to where we weren't familiar with him. We wasn't allowed in the courts anymore. We was banished, and we just had to make just do. We just had to, hey, get it how we live. Okay, but now the Lord, hey, has called us back into His courts, man, and this is the mercy. So now, let's say everything is on the up and up, man. So read verse 8 again. It says, in a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, thy Redeemer. Okay? So now we're in the time where the Lord is having that mercy and things are working in our favor. Okay? Let's get a few more that go into their duality. All right? Even when you get Lamentations. All right? This is Lamentations 4 and 21. Lamentations 4 and 21 says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. So, yeah, the scriptures is pretty much telling Esau, live it up. Because this is it. You see, you Edomites in your kingdom and you have this Edomite privilege and, this influence. Like, this it. Because it only gets bad after this point. You see, America being destroyed is just the beginning of Esau's judgment. Okay, he has 1,000 years. He has to deal with the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Okay, while he's in captivity. Okay, and it's gonna be through, all right, a Lord's people that's gonna execute that judgment, man, for 1,000 years, man. Okay, this devil is gonna be tormented. He's gonna labor and be tormented. This his 1,000 years, man. Okay, fed just enough to survive, labor and torment. Okay, so the scriptures is telling this devil while he's in his captivity, while he's in his rulership, live it up, because this is it. There'll never be another renaissance. It never, like, this is it. There's no more, all right, blessing for Esau. He's at the end of his blessing. And what he's trying to do with the AI, he's trying to extend the blessing, fail. Okay, he's going to fail. All right, and he's going to slide right into what the prophecy say is captivity and torment, man. Okay, and it says verse 22, going back to us, it says the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity, and that's that duality, man. Esau will never be in rulership again, all right, and we'll never be in captivity again. You see? So now we transition into that time of the end of this man's rulership and the end of our captivity, man. Okay, the end of his rulership and the beginning of his captivity, for he's exterminated after 1,000 years, and the end of our captivity and the beginning of our rulership forever, man. Look how the Lord loved Jacob, man. All right, and hate Esau, and we're going to see, like, you know, you got niggas don't. The Lord don't hate Esau. Well, you finna see. Okay, you finna see at this destruction and collapse of this empire and that 1,000 year period, you're gonna see the Lord's hatred displayed on Esau. Just as the Lord's anger was displayed on us day for day, well, the Lord's hatred for Esau gonna be displayed day for day, man. Okay? And this is the point that we get. And it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, man. So you see, our good news, the Lord speaks to us, as our captivity ending and no more captivity. But then he gets back on Esau like, yeah, you're going to be found out. Okay? And this devil has been found out to be the man of sin and the problem with the earth, man. You see, and if you don't think like that, you ain't built for this. Okay, if you haven't come to that conclusion, okay, because even before you come into the truth, like this nigga ain't right. The truth just confirmed, for a lot of brothers and sisters, man, the truth really confirmed, okay, like what we was already speculating. A lot of things that we already was speculating with this nigga, man. Okay? Um, let's go here. We end it here. Let's get 2 Samuel. Just wanted to touch on it. Warm it up a little bit, get out the way. Brothers, we can get ready to go to camp. May all you brothers, going to camp, may your ministry be edified. Continue to chant down Babylon, man. Let the elect be edified and let Babylon fall, man. That's a lesson too. I think the brother nah, write that down, bro. Let the elect be edified, let Babylon fall. Our brothers all we get it in. Yeah, let's get that. All right, this is 2 Samuel 2. I need to go first Samuel. All right, this is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 7. It said, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Okay? So it's the Lord that do both extremes. Poverty and riches, being brought low, being exalted. Okay? And we're coming to a time of us being exalted and our enemies, all right, being brought low. Okay? We're going to be enriched and our enemies going to be impoverished. Okay? Thus say prophecy, man. It says, he raises up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among the princes and make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillar of the earth are the Lord's, and he have set the world upon them, and we're being those that are raised up from the dust. Okay? We're the ones that's being raised up from the dust, the confusion, and from a lower state. Okay? To what? To be set them among princes, man. Yasha'Allah, our rightful, all right, officers in the earth, man. All right, the judges, the rulers, in righteousness. Okay, and this grace period will us to appreciate righteousness, man. Okay, and overcome the flesh. Okay, through faith. It says, He will keep the feet of His saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. And this is getting at you devils, man, you Edomites, and you other heathens too. All right, you see. So this is what we had in prophecy, where the Lord is finna get at you Edomites and you heathens, man. Okay, and delete you 2/3 too, because you're an adversary at this time. All right, but even for you, eventually prophecy is going to begin to work in your favor, man. Because even in the kingdom, we're going to be fulfilling prophecy. A little one becoming a thousand, small, a strong nation. Okay, and that's going to work for 2/3 in the kingdom. Then come back in their rightful mind, man. Okay, and it says the adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall He thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and He shall give strength unto His king, which is Yahweh Shai, and exalt the horn of His anointed, which is the hopeful elect. Yahweh Shai, you know, and the hopeful elect, because if we're of that number, where we're chosen and ordained from the beginning. We was anointed from the beginning, the elect. But Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, the anointed, okay? The Lord said He's going to strengthen His king, which Yahweh Shai has all strength. And He's just going to come back and flex that strength to deliver us and to punish the adversary, man. Okay? So we at the time, with prophecy, really is working in our favor, And when we go through things, we have to remember we got a lot of things working on our behalf. When we go through our moments, we all have moments, man, because we here. We ain't got there. You wake up. You know, you still got to be here and see things and hear things. The people are terrible. It's such a bad, vibe in the earth. But what should give us joy over everything, man, is what the Lord is doing in real time. And bringing this place to an end. Okay, so Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters were edified. All right, once again, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful and shalom.